I'd rather read it myself as a pretty interesting episode of Arthur, especially if you're a fan of Arthur, because it looks back at different episodes and different stories that have involved DW. DW is spending time with the Tibble twins, and they're constantly making fun of her because they seem to hit milestones before she does, and they're able to do things that she can't. And one day she's had enough of this, and she decides to declare that she learned to read last week. And as the viewer, we know that this isn't true, but the Tibble twins are falling for it, and they say, prove it, read this book. And she randomly picks a book and starts to read. But of course, she can't read, so she begins to make up this story. And the story involves, I won't say everything, but it involves the missing snowball, and it involves her bird, and various other aspects of DW's life. And she brings together all of these experiences that she's had to create this, in the Tibble twins' eyes, wonderful story. And they're enthralled, they're engrossed. And she is a very good storyteller. And sure, I don't like the fact that she's lying about being able to read, but at the same time, I love that she's using her imagination, she's being creative, she's tapping into her memories to create a solid narrative, a very chaotic and busy narrative, but it's certainly got a very interesting narrative structure, and that's something that I love. And if any child watching this is suddenly inspired to create a story, whether based on their own events or things they're imagining, I think that's a really great thing. It doesn't have the strongest message in it. There are some episodes of Arthur where the characters, often DW, learn something really important. This one I don't think is the case as much. Maybe don't believe everything that people tell you, but other than that, I think it's just a fun narrative where DW has finally got the better of the Tibble twins, and she uses her imagination and her creativity to tell a very fun story. And if that encourages children to do the same, I think it's done pretty well. Not my personal favourite, but I enjoyed it. A pretty decent episode of Arthur.